All right, so I'm going to weigh my pack, and then I'm going to go see how many times I can go around this track in this heat. If you don't get out and walk in this heat, you're not going to adapt your body to it. Now, also understand that don't overdo it. If you feel yourself getting dizzy, lightheaded, sit down, take a bench, take a load off, drink some water. Make sure you bring water, and don't push yourself too much in this heat, or else you get yourself in danger. So let's get out in this 90-degree weather, and let's do some walking and talking and see how that does. So as you see, the pack weight hasn't changed. 28. I'd say about 28 pounds. 28, 29 pounds. Okay. Whew. Wow, guys, you're going to have to excuse the sunglasses. It's bright today. Man, that's hot. Holy jumping, that's really hot. Yeah. You just feel your skin melting. Oh, the humidity in Tennessee will nail you. Horribly. Oh. Well, I tried searching for some new preppers. See if I could find some real preppers. I didn't find any new ones. All I found was a bunch of fat people sitting behind a desk telling everybody to prepare and buy food. That's all I found. Nothing more. They even had like 80,000 subs. I was like, wow. That was amazing. 80,000 subs. They must be advertising on Facebook or buying subs or something. I don't know. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me whatsoever. So, I got a car sitting over here. I wonder why. It obviously has no air conditioning because his windows are down. Strange. See, paying attention to the environment is smart. Not really too concerned because I'm carrying. So, but he is sitting there with his car running, with his head down. So, looks like he's on his cell phone. Weird, wasting gas. Oh, he probably has his cell phone plugged in so the battery don't get dead down. Amazing what people do to talk on that cell phone, isn't it? It's a young guy, so. And I couldn't believe it. The majority of, I don't know, the high-end preppers, the one with a lot of subs over 100K, was all, when I went and looked at their past videos, it was a repeat of the same thing. Prepare now, buy food now, the end is coming. That must be what preppers want to see. Because you got to understand, when these guys check their analytics, you know, and they make a video that talks about the end, and then all of a sudden, you know, they get a lot of views basically, then obviously they make more money with AdSense. So they're like, okay, that's what people want to see. Which now leads you to believe that, well, people don't want to see the truth, right? They just want to see they just want to hear it's coming. They must be looking forward to it. It's about the only thing I can figure. When I see buy food now, I'm like, are you kidding me? Give me a break. Well, of course buy food now. Buy food all the time. Those are such stupid titles. You know. You know what's really coming? If you want to hear some, if you want to be worried about stuff, Biden is going to give away $10,000 to to all these people who have student loans. And I say that term loosely. Biden is not going to give away $10,000. Biden is going to make me pay, you, the taxpayer, as he gives away these student loans. I think it's amazing. Now, how is anything fair about that? You know, anybody didn't go to college or university is now going to have to pay for the people that have gone on their taxes. The ones that work at McDonald's, the ones that work at Walmart, the ones that are working at these shit-ass jobs with the shit-ass pay. And now Biden's going to take your taxes to pay all this money over student loans. He didn't even put it through Congress for a vote. It looks like he's going to run an executive order on it. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. We got gas prices going through the roof. We got groceries that have doubled. It's just crazy. And now you're going to give a bunch of young people $10,000 forgiveness on their student loans. I'm just like, wow, that's kind of crazy. It's wrong on every level. He should not give people forgiveness on student loans, not now, not ever. It's not like it was a surprise when they took the loan. It's not like they didn't have a choice. I mean, everybody knows how student loans work. There's no surprise. They are never ending plans. And when you take a student loan, you better make sure you take it for something you're going to use in school and use when you get out. Like a nurse. Like something that is actually going to be used when you finish school. You've looked at the demand. Is there a demand for that job? And of course, if you like that job. Oh, this heat's kicking my ass. And that President Biden, there's something wrong with that guy. He's really screwing up a lot of things. He wants to ban handguns or 9 mils or something. I don't know. He wants to ban something with firearms. And I'm like, really, dude? No wonder we need the NRA and these groups out there to protect us from this fucking nut bar. Republicans have asked for a look into mental disorders. Republican has asked to strengthen the schools, and they don't want to hear it. They just want to ban guns. Why don't you want to protect the kids, Biden? After all, you're always sniffing their hair. So I don't get it. The man can barely walk. He can barely think. He just functions, that guy. I don't get it. But he's going to make our recession harder when he improves those student loans. And he's just not doing everything right. He's going to boost everything up. I guess he figures if he gives all these students $10,000, then he's basically buying votes for the second term around. And if that guy gets in a second term, oh, it's definitely rigged. I mean, the entire United States is bleeding, and he ain't helping it whatsoever. I'm just like, wow, for you people that voted him in, yeah, I hope you're happy. Because I am paying outrageous amount of money to do everything. And I've had to charge my clients more money. And they're not happy. I mean, these are some really sad times. And with the amount of money this man gives away to Ukraine, I don't get it. I seen a thing on Facebook to where the food banks have to pay thousands more in diesel. Now you would think, you know, they would get a break from taxes or whatever, but obviously they don't. Most of the stuff that comes out of food bank is spoiled food, by the way, in case you didn't know. I went down and I volunteered a couple times, and they offered me some food if I wanted it, and I went, oh sure, I'll take a couple home. One was a roast with potatoes and carrots, completely packaged, and it was dried right out after it cooked. Tastes like shit. Another thing I opened, you could smell it was spoiled. It looks to me like the American government feeds the poor of the United States with a fancy truck called the food truck. And by the time you get the food, it's spoiled. So it's one day from spoiling. I don't know how that program works. I don't have any idea. But I do know that they ain't eating too good. They don't even get food that's not spoiled. They're feeding spoiled food to the American public. And yet, we're sending millions and billions to Ukraine. I have no idea what these people in the Senate do, but they definitely don't think about the poor. And of course, they don't even know what that means. I mean, you think about it, most of them have never driven. Never even worked out in their yard for a whole day. It's kind of ridiculous what's going on in this country. I'll tell you one thing though, they've definitely got me working my ass off, and they're nailing me to the cross. Every day I feel more and more like that slave working for corporations, even though I own my own business. It's a mess. Even rents are going crazy. They are going nuts. I talked to this one young man. He's in Nashville, and he works, I don't know, like one of your low-end jobs. And his rent is $1,080 a month. I was like, how the hell do you pay that? So he's probably making 12 or 14, and that's a shitty wage to be living in that city. It's just nuts. But even the rents are getting high in my town. I mean, somebody bought a house next door to me was listed for $130K, 2-bedroom, but I'm sure they made an offer. So who knows what they got it for, 100K, 120K. And they went in and painted it, cut the lawn, and they're renting it for $800 with a $700 security deposit. So you need $1,500 to move in there. And then you got to fill out their application. And I guess they check, your record to see if you are in the credit bureau, bad or good. Which is really messed up. Because years ago when I was younger, I had bad credit. Now, the places I rented from, they never checked that. They just talked to me and in 10 minutes determined whether or not I could move in. Things are a lot harder on the younger generation. If you give these people $10,000 on their student loans, I don't know if I'm going to be paying it or if they're going to be paying it. But one thing's for sure, somebody's paying it because it ain't Biden. I'll tell you that much. Ooh, man. Harder to get oxygen with this heat. You better make sure you wear a hot hat when it's this hot. It's a good way to get sunstroke. So Biden's going to make us all pay more. Americans going to go hungry. The poor are going to eat more spoiled food. Not good what's coming. What's coming? It's here. Jesus. I want to say it's coming. No, it's here. But Biden is still sitting down eating his steak and lobster. And so are the rest of the senators and the governors. They're all eating good. Got their own private cooks. Yeah, life is good. Well, the rest of us peasants, we work like a dog. So, if you're not getting out, and I wouldn't say start in this type of heat, start when it's a little bit cooler, unless you want to. Nice thing about it being this hot is, well, you burn more calories because you're sweating more, and helps you lose a little bit more weight. But this is harder than previous walks, that's for sure. So what do you guys think? Do you think Biden should give this forgiveness loans, $10,000? Nobody ever give me a forgiveness loan. See, that's what I mean by that. There's nothing fair about whatsoever what this president's doing, you know? And he has no answers. When you hear, oh, I'll remove taxes from the gas or from food or whatever, those are band-aids. They're not going to bring it down. And that's just the bottom line. The problem is, this president is not a businessman. And, you know, you'd think he'd hire a few. He has the money from us to give him advice on how to take care of this problem. But it's like they don't, or they don't listen to anybody, or it's like, well, somebody's paying him. He's just a puppet. He's just a puppet banking our money. So how bad does it have to get before the American people stand up? I don't know. I don't see them doing it anytime soon. When I see 80,000 subscribers subscribe to a channel with fat people sitting behind a desk that never get up and go up using a pack, or hell, they don't even show cooking videos, and they don't show anything other than sit behind that desk, I'm like, was there something wrong with these 80,000 people? That don't make any sense. Don't make any sense to me at all. Or is it just good marketing? Advertise on Facebook, get everybody to market everywhere, going to invest, I don't know, 3,000 or 4,000. A lot of it don't make sense to me, you know. I know a lot about computers, and I know a lot about social media, but some of these YouTube channels, I just can't figure out yet. And I keep watching them, and it don't make any sense. And even this couple, man and woman, that were huge, all of a sudden they had a video of their daughter. She was huge. The whole family was obese. And I was like, really? Get off your ass and walk. Go lose some weight. Well, why do they want to? I mean, why does anybody want to? I do it for my health, but these people, they got 80,000 people watching. The views were up there. They had 30,000, 40,000 views on some of these videos. And I was like, well, they're generating easy 3,000 a month off AdSense. That's got to be the easiest videos to make. Set up a camera, put a product on the table, turn the camera on, and then of course we'll run a Patreon and we'll tell everybody how hard it is to run this channel and how hard it is to edit. I'm going to be honest with you. You would think editing would be extremely hard for me, but this walking and talking is not hard at all. I do edit a little bit, but my Osmo Action 1 camera pretty much does everything for me. It records all the videos by numbers, so they're all in order. I drop them in my program Power Director, and then any parts in the middle after I watch it, I cut out. Like if my son was in the video or whatever, I cut out some sections. That's why you might notice my odd video kind of gets cut out abruptly, because there was something there I didn't want to disclose. But literally, I don't know, 10 minutes to dump it to my computer, maybe not even that. Maybe 20 minutes to 30 minutes to edit it. Can't be any more than that. So I'd say I'm going to walk anyways and exercise. So I'm looking at maybe an hour with editing. And really, that's not that hard to do. So whenever these YouTubers tell you, oh, I edit so much. Look, unless they're including drone shots and B-roll and music, you know, and they're trying to do all this fancy editing, okay, I could see them spending 4 or 5 hours editing. But I haven't seen one prepper that is editing any more than an hour tops. Most of them don't edit. They'll just run live feeds because they don't know how to edit, and whatever happens, happens. Editing is a good part of doing what you want to do. You get a lot more in your point across, but if you don't edit, you should. But if they're telling you they're spending hours and hours editing, they're full of shit, is what they are. Whew. So, 90 degrees, 50% humidity pretty much. That's warm. I think tomorrow we're supposed to be 92%, but we're going to rain. Anytime we get past the 50, it starts to rain. Now, when it doesn't rain and we get up to, say, 60 or 70 here in Tennessee, oh, that is hard to even walk. I'm not kidding. You walk outside, it's like a tidal wave hitting you in the face with that heat. I keep checking the weather to see if we get a day like that so I can take you out and see what that's like on my body. But keep in mind, I've been doing this for a good many years, and I'm used to the heat, the cold. First 10 minutes I think is the worst, until my body starts perspiring and, you know, the air goes across and it starts to cool it. So, what do you guys think of Biden giving away 10 grand to the students? Oh, one more thing. Apparently the police at that shooting are not talking anymore. Looks like they're all shutting their mouths, probably because they're scared they're going to get charged for not doing nothing. But really, what a mess, huh? All right, I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm going to go around here another, I think I'm going to do 6 more times. Catch you guys on the next one.